You're talking about taking money away from people who already make a very little amount of money. And I just see that as being a huge downside.
I am not only his mom, but supply all of his care. So we don't have any outside assistance for nursing or anything else. So I supply all of his nursing care 24/7, which allows us to keep him at home and not in a hospital or in a care facility.
I don't have a lot of what you would call quality of life, and this is kind of it. Without this, I would have to basically live in a hospital. That's the simplest way to put it.
I would do it for Nathaniel regardless of being paid or not paid. However, in order to have our kids at home and to care for them, I did give up a career, and it was the best thing that could have happened. I cherish every single day and minute with him and don't regret that at all.
The home help dollars have truly allowed us to maintain our home and stuff, because the kids' medical expenses have been exorbitant, and that little bit of extra income really makes a huge difference.
History is repeating itself. The SEIU is trying to reinstitute a scheme called the dues Skim. The purpose of this is to allow union officials to try and siphon off money for themselves and also to provide political kickbacks to their friends. Previously, the union took $34 million over 8 years. This time they're trying to swindle $13.75 million a year from the disabled and their caregivers. These bills create a fictitious employment relationship between the state and the providers. In reality, the care recipient hires and fires the provider, and no one's going to go into their own driveway and picket against a family member.
I would never strike against my son. I just would continue to take care of him regardless. And it's not an easy job, but it is a job that I love, and no one knows how to care for my son better than I do. I don't want to pay a union to represent me for things that I don't need to be represented for. And no, I don't think that they will improve the quality of life for my son, which is always our focus. And I don't think it will improve the quality of life for our family either. And the reason I was angry when I saw that the union was back and beginning to muck about in this particular area was because my mom had worked as a home help aide to care for my aunt. She did not sign up to be part of the union, and she couldn't get out of said union, and all they did was take her money, and she saw no benefit of that. And it was a very happy day when that union stopped.
Far too many cooks in the kitchen. A union is not going to do anything to help us. And frankly, my dad's a teacher. I've seen what happens when unions get involved, and it's not going to change my life for the better. It's not going to give us more money, which, if anything, it'll probably end up costing us, which is something that we cannot afford.
This funding claim's a red herring. These same legislators that voted for unionization can already vote to increase funding for the program. As a matter of fact, when the union was outlawed, funding went up 85% for home health care providers. Unlike before, providers have a constitutional right not to provide any financial support to the union. But these bills will make them sit through a 30-minute high-pressure sales pitch. Think of it as a timeshare for unionization. And once you're in, it's going to be very difficult to get out.
Well, and families like ours don't have time to hunt through fine print on things. And so, you know, when things like this bowl through, we don't often know where do we find the information we need? You know, what do we do to not get forced into this thing? So you kind of just have to take the path of least resistance. This is just another way that somebody is taking money out of the pocket of somebody else and giving it back to the government. And again, I look at my son as one of the most vulnerable people in our population, and that's who we're going after, and that's sad.